Hi everyone, my name is Sophia, and for my assignment, I choose skill-based hiring as the current issues that related in talent acquisition. So in the next slide, I will talk about the issues, and I hope you all can listen until the end. Thank you. In my presentation, I will explain first the background and problem of this issue, the causes driving this shift. The third one is the effect of skill-based hiring on organization and the possible solutions and recommendation for HR practitioners. In the past, employers relied heavily on degrees, years of experience, or job titles to decide who to hire. But in today's rapidly changing world, that approach is becoming outdated. And many organizations are now realizing that formal qualifications don't always reflect a candidate's real abilities. Instead, they are beginning to focus on skills, like what people can actually do rather than what paper they hold. So this shift is known as skill-based hiring, and it has become a defining trend in modern HRM practices. To support my discussion, I will refer to a 2024 article titled Skill-Based Hiring is on the Rise, and the article highlights how major employers such as IBM, Google, and Accenture have dropped degree requirements for many roles and are now prioritizing skills and competency. This article provides strong evidence that the issue truly exists and that the move toward skill-based hiring is reshaping how organizations attract, assess, and select talent. Moving on to the problem explanation. So traditionally, hiring practices focus on credentials such as university degrees and past job titles as indicators of competence. However, this approach has become increasingly ineffective. In many industries, especially industries like technology, data, and finance, job roles are evolving faster than academic programs can keep up. This has created a skills gap, which is a mismatch between what employers need and what job seekers offer. According to the article, skill-based hiring is on the rise that I found. Nearly 70% of employers report difficulty in filling roles because candidates lack specific technical or soft skills, even though they may hold degrees. This demonstrates that the traditional hiring model no longer aligns with the real demands of the job market. Furthermore, research by the World Economic Forum 2023 predicts that by 2030, over 1 billion people worldwide will need reskilling to stay relevant in the workforce. This shows that organizations cannot rely solely on educational qualifications anymore. In Malaysia, this problem is also visible, like the Talent Corp Critical Occupations List 2024 identifies shortage in areas such as digital technology, green economy, and engineering. Employers increasingly seek job-ready skills and not just academic knowledge. Therefore, the problem is clear, which is the world is changing faster than traditional education can respond, and organizations must evolve their hiring methods to survive. So next, I will talk about the causes of the issue. Several major causes have led to the rise of skills-based hiring in today's workforce. So firstly, I will talk about the technological advancement. So the introduction of AI, automation, and data-driven technologies has reshaped how businesses operate. New job roles like data analysts, cloud architects, and cybersecurity specialists require skills that are not always taught in universities. As a result, companies now focus on whether candidates can perform specific tasks rather than on their academic background. Secondly, I will talk about the global talent shortage. So the article that I found highlights that employers are struggling to find candidates who possess the required skills. This shortage forces HR departments to expand their search to candidates who gain their abilities through experience, online learning, or technical training instead of formal education. Next is changing employee expectation. Modern workers, especially from Generation Z, prefer organizations that value their potential and learning ability rather than rigid qualifications. They seek employers who reward skills, adaptability, and creativity. In terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion goals, skill-based hiring helps reduce bias in recruitment. By removing degree filters, employers open doors to more diverse candidates such as vocational graduates, women returning to work, or self-taught individuals. Next is economic social pressures. So the pandemic has accelerated remote work and gig employment, proving that skill proficiency matters more than location or academic background. So all these causes that I have stated just now have transformed how talent acquisition operates, and it makes skills-first hiring not just a choice but a necessity for organizational survival. Next, I will talk about the effects of the issue that I have stated earlier. So the rise of skills-based hiring has several significant impacts on organizations and HR practices. So firstly, I will talk about the positive effects first. So the first one is broader talent pool. By removing degree requirements it allows company to consider a wider range of qualified candidates, including freelancers and self-taught professionals. According to the article, companies like Google have hired thousands of non-degree holders who perform exceptionally well. Second one is enhanced diversity and inclusion. Skill-based hiring breaks barriers and it creates a more inclusive and equitable workforce. It also supports HR's role in achieving DEI objective. The third one is improved performance alignment. When employees are selected based on skills, they tend to perform better and adapt faster to job challenges. The fourth one is better employer branding. Organizations known for fair and progressive hiring attract top talent and will build stronger reputations. So next I will talk about the negative effects. So the first one is lack of standardized skill measurement. Many organizations struggle to develop reliable skill assessment methods. The second one is bias in automated testing tools. So why I say that is because AI-based assessment can unintentionally discriminate if not designed ethically. The third one is resistance to change. Some managers still believe academic qualification reflect competence and making adoption slower. So in the article, skill-based hiring is on the rise. The author acknowledge these challenges but argue that the benefits far outweigh the drawbacks. The companies that successfully implement skills-first hiring report faster recruitment, better retention, and more engaged employees. Okay, last but not least is the suggested solutions that I can give is to fully embrace skill-based hiring and overcome existing challenges. Organizations can implement the following strategies, which is firstly, develop a skills framework. So HR should identify the critical skills required for each position and define performance indicators. For example, instead of asking for a degree in business, a job post could state proficiency in communication, data analysis, and stakeholder management. The second one is use valid and reliable skill assessment. Companies can use platforms such as LinkedIn Skills Assessment, Codility, or Pmetrics to objectively test candidate abilities. Assessments should include both technical and soft skill. The third one is integrate learning and development programs. So organizations should invest in continuous training, ensuring employees stay up to date with new skills. The fourth one is leverage technology and data analytics. They should use data to map existing skills in the organization and predict future gaps. AI can also help match candidates' competencies with job requirements more efficiently. The fifth one is promote a skills-first culture. Leadership must shift mindsets from degree-based to capability-based. Managers should be trained to evaluate potential and adaptability rather than educational background only. Sixth one is collaborate with educational and training institutions. So they can do partnerships like between universities, TVET institutions, and corporations. By doing that, it will ensure graduates are equipped with relevant skills. To conclude, skill-based hiring is more than just a recruitment trend. It represents a fundamental transformation in the world of talent acquisition. This approach allows organizations to find the right talent by focusing on capability, performance, and potential rather than formal credentials. In the long term, this transformation will lead to a more inclusive and future-ready workforce. As future HR professionals, it is crucial for us to understand this shift and prepare to implement skills-first strategies that align with organizational goals and global talent trends. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.